Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. So we'll give everybody like a second to get in because it I don't know for you guys, but for me it freezes for the first minute. I'm waiting and then it pops in and then everybody's there. And Amanda, I want to try something while you're there. I want to see if I click that spotlight video if you're the main video. Ah, it worked. Okay.
Now I'm big.
Sorry, I can cancel it. I think. I don't know.
You've seen all my stuff in the background. I'm upstairs where we have all our junk. So.
You're fine. And now, you're big on my screen. I don't know how to fix it.
And now you're big on my screen. I don't know.
Well, it's whoever's talking should she might have it set up so whoever's talking is the person that you actually see.
Yeah, normally I like it where I have everybody, but I don't know what I did.
Yeah, it's the gallery view. If you're on your computer, I think it's at the top in the top.
Yep, got it. Thank you. Yeah, because I like that for recording since it records my screen. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Everyone's popping in. So let's go ahead and get started. Hang on, I'm having issues. I start clicking buttons and I'm in trouble, so hang on. So tonight, Amanda Labe is going to talk. She's going to share her screen and talk about what you do when you get a new presenter as far as launching them with a launch party, teaching them about the VIP group, setting up a party. So if you're new, maybe this is good for you just to learn how to do these things for yourself too. And this might be a good video to share with new presenters when they're ready to kind of do that VIP group stuff. So I'm going to let Amanda take it away, so go for it. Oh, and Amanda is a green status presenter with Unique, so I'm sure most of you guys know who she is, but, it's always good to say
Okay, so I'm not going to share my screen right away. I'm just going to go over a few things first. So when you first bring a new presenter on, the first thing that I do is add them to, the groups that are important. So for our team, Flourish and Blot, now the Cosmetic Revolution, Jessica's group, let them know who their uplines are, who they can reach out to, whether it be me or, let them know who Michelle is if I can't, I'm not available or something. So they know where they can go to for any questions. So that's the first thing that I do. And then I also talk to them about getting a launch party set up for them. And I run a launch party for them. So I typically set it up pretty quick because they get their kit really fast and you want to get them started quick because of fast start. You only have so many days to get fast start going. So you want to get them started really fast. So I normally set up their launch party within the first couple of days after they sign up. And then I talk to them about, how it's going to go. So I do a welcome video telling everybody who I am and telling them that, whoever is, we're starting out, say, Marissa's starting out on this, new business adventure. Let's help her out. Let's get her started off great and just tell them who I am and tell them that she's starting off on this and kind of give them an overview. Then I also tell them that they need to also do a welcome, hopefully video if they're comfortable with that, but at least a welcome message with a picture of them, stating, welcome to the party, that they're excited about it so that they see that too. Because the biggest thing, even with a regular party is having the hostess or the new presenter be really involved in the party, because if they're not, it's not going to go as well. So you want to make sure that the new presenter that you're starting off, that you get them involved in the party. Make sure that, if they don't know what to post, that you're giving them ideas of what to post. If they've got, if they can do selfies of their mascara, stuff that's in their, starter kit, because they're going to have that within that time period that you're in that party. So if they can start doing some of that stuff and post some of that, so that way their friends probably don't know you, but they know them. So they're going to be watching for them to post. So you want to make sure that they're posting, so that way it's going to go a little bit better for them. So that's a big thing, is making sure that they're involved, and if they need help, kind of coaching them through it and telling them, here's some ideas of what you can post, or even, giving them some things that they can post. And then also I like to tell them if they're comfortable with it, open their kit live and take everything out and show everything that they got in their kit and be like, I got all of this for $99, because that gets other people excited. Like, wow, you can get all that for $99. And that might get them kickstarted with some new presenters right away. And also it's an easy live to do, and it kind of gets those jitters out, because I know I'm still nervous when I go live. I have to give myself a pep talk to go live because I'm just nervous. So I think that really helps, because it's not hard. All you're doing is taking everything out and saying, this is what this is. It's not hard to do it. And it just kind of gets you into that live feel, and you kind of know how it's going to go. So I like to do that, and a lot of girls are like, yeah, I can do that, no problem. So I like to tell them that's a good thing to do during your party. So, I mean, and then I just kind of run it as a regular party, posting about the products, and, the more that they can do, if they want to post more, that's great. And then I just kind of step back and let them take it. But, if they need some help, I'll help them with some posts too. And then let's see what else. So that's the main thing, launch party, get that going right away. And then after that, I want to talk about some next steps as well. First off, I want to talk about the hundreds list. So I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's this little sheet here that I'm pretty sure it's in Cosmetic Revolution and the Dividend in the files, and probably Flourish and Blot too. But if you need it, if you can't find it, I can send it to you. But basically what it shows you is like it has different little sections like relatives, people at businesses like the bank, salon, places that you go. It has all these different sections for you to start making a list of people that you can reach out to about your new business. So to start getting customers or even new presenters, it just gets your mind going, because I know when I'm trying to think of something, like my mind just goes blank. So this kind of helps jog your memory of like, oh yeah, I do know more people than I really think I do. So that helps you get started on a good foot with that too, to get you some people to reach out to about your new business. And then also just quickly, the 5-3 formula is a good thing. Once they kind of get going, you want to let them know about that, because even like our new Fast Start program is kind of based upon that. So you want to let them know, like, they should be shooting for $500 in PRS. If they're actively wanting to sell, they want to get $500 in PRS. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It's really blurry. And then 3 new presenters every month. So that's something to help kickstart their business and get them going really well too. And I think that's also with the other in the files too. Let's see. And then obviously Fast Start, you want to make sure you talk to them about Fast Start, which I know we've talked about on here before, but make sure they know what that is and how they can reach that, and help them make a plan to get there too. Explain, how they need to get parties, how they can talk to people, what kind of messages they can send to get parties and things like that, and how they can talk to people about joining. So, because that's one of the things that when I first started, I was like, I don't know how to talk to people about joining. And when I do like a makeover or something, I just talk to them about, this presenter's kit is the best deal. And sometimes, they want to take off with it. And sometimes, they're just a kidnapper. But, always talking to just everybody about it is really important. And then let's see. So after you do their launch party, I talk to them about converting their launch party into their VIP group, because you want to convert that over into their group that they can use to, post the monthly specials, post any specials that they want to do. Make sure that they know they need to keep it as a closed group, because you can't run specials in a public group. So make sure they understand that. And I talk to them about setting up a name for themselves, kind of branding themselves. Like mine is Flawless Beauty by Amanda. Marissa on my team has Luscious Looks by Marissa. So, whatever they want to brand themselves as. Sometimes one of my girls, I even Googled names with her. I was like, let's look up like makeup names, and she found a name that she liked. So whatever you want to brand yourself as, then you can name your VIP group that. You don't have to, but whatever you want to do, but change it into your own group after that launch party. And then, let's see what else. Okay, so then let me share my screen, because then what you want to teach them to do is you want to go to Retail Me Not. They always have a 99 cents for the first year, I think it is, for GoDaddy domains. So the important thing on the GoDaddy domain is that when you have, because we always have a 10-day party going for ourselves, so you want to make sure they understand that, and the best way to do it is to get a domain name. And that way, anytime that a customer is going to go to their website to order, they're always going to get the rewards on top of the commissions. Because if they're just going to their uniqueproducts.com/ their name, they're not going to get those rewards. So I always tell them, you need to find a domain name and you need to get a GoDaddy domain. So I want to talk to you guys about how to forward that onto the GoDaddy domain. Do you guys have any questions on that before I go into how to set it up, I guess? Is that okay to go ahead and ask questions, Michelle? Can you hear me?
Yes, I couldn't. Okay.
Sorry.
That is completely okay. Yeah, you can. Anytime you want to ask, have them ask questions, so that way they don't get overwhelmed as well.
Yeah, or lost or anything. So if anybody has questions on like the GoDaddy domain or anything before I go into how to forward it, do you guys know what that is? Do you guys have one?
Looks like half and half.
Okay. All right. So if nobody has questions, I'll go ahead and share and show you guys how to forward that. So let me see. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So first off, obviously you're going to go and you're going to create a new 10-day party. So in case you guys don't know how to do that, you go up here to my office and you're going to go down to my parties. Maybe. My computer's not the fastest. All right. And then you're going to go here. Oops. If I can scroll. Maybe I can't. There we go. And this little box here, this green box, says schedule a new party. So you're going to go there. And in a minute.
It's acting like my computer has been all day.
Yeah, sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's not. Okay. And then you have like 3 different options. This one here is what I always use if you're doing anything for a customer. If I'll just go through this really quick. Like right here, if they've ordered from you before and have created an account, if you start typing their name there, it's going to find them. If you don't have that, then you just need to get their email address and you can hit create an account, put their first and last name in their email, hit continue, and it's going to send them a link to create an account on your website. So then after they create the account, they can get the rewards after their party. So that's what you can do for that. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I just thought I'd tell you. And then you're going to go to I will host this party. And then down here, it gives you options of themes. You can pick whatever you want. So just do the shop this kudos. I always like to go to customize this party. And the reason being is like when I have like multiple parties going on, if I want to place an order myself and I have a ton of parties, can you guys still hear me? It says my internet connection is unstable.
I can still hear you just fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay, so what I do is I take all of this out because it's going to say unique kudos virtual party for every single one, and you're not going to know which one is yours to put it under your party. So I like to put my name first and put like Amanda Lapes Beauty Bash, so that way I can tell each one from which one it is, because on the drop down you can only see so much. And then you can always change here, like the wording of this. I always leave it alone. But then you're going to go to Save My Party. And then it's going to give you your link. So what you want to do is you only need from the www.over. So I always go here, highlight this, copy it. And then go over to GoDaddy. Now, if you haven't signed up for a GoDaddy domain, you're going to go here to New Customer and create my account. And then whatever you decide you want your name to be, you can type it in there and it'll tell you if it's available. If it's not, you might have to tweak it a little bit. But then make sure you get that code from Retail Me Not for the 99 cents, and you're going to put that in, and then you'll purchase your domain. Then once you have that, you're just going to sign in. So I'm going to sign in here real quick. Maybe, if I can type the right password. And then they just changed how it looks again, so I've got to remember how to do this. They keep changing it. Okay, so we're going to go up to, you have to go up to your name here. Click on your name, and then come down here to manage my domains. And then here it's showing my domain name. Then you're just going to click that. And then you're going to go to Manage Connection. They made more steps to this than it used to be. Okay. And then scroll down just a little bit. Oh, I guess it's just going to pop it up. Okay. So here it's saying forward and masking. So all you're going to do is hit Update Forwarding. And then you just have to take out, see, I already have one in here for my current party. So you're just going to take that part out and then just paste that in there. And then hit Edit. And then Save. And then up here it says your request has been submitted. And then I always go to like my web page. So I will go, if I can get another thing up here without stopping sharing. Oops, I just stopped it. Hold on. I was trying to click the thing here. Let me go back. Here, we'll just go here and go over this one. So then I'm going to type in my website, flawlessbeautybyamanda.com. And I just double check to make sure it goes. So that way you know that when your customers go here, it's going to work and you're going to get it to the open party. So here it's showing ends on May 26th. So you know it went to the correct party. So then this is what your customers come up to. And then all they have to do is hit shop from this party now. And then it's going to go into your open party. So that's the good thing about the domain names. Let me stop sharing here. So that's a good thing about having the domain set up is it's going to take them directly to that open party. You don't have to worry about it. And you know that you're going to get your commissions and you're going to get your rewards and half price and all of that. So you're never missing out on that. So that's the important thing to let your new presenters know. You want to make sure that they set that up because otherwise they're not getting that. And a lot of girls on my team have told me before, like if their sponsor hadn't told them, they're like, well, how are you getting so many half price and, you know, Y cash and all of that? And I was like, well, do you have a domain name? And I've been telling them about it. So I just thought it was important to talk about that because I have so many people asking questions on it. So let me see if there's anything else. I think that was pretty much it.
Okay, guys, what questions do you have about all of that? Because I know it is confusing, especially if you've never done it before. But once you get the hang of it, it's real easy. But what questions do you guys have about it at all? Boy, you guys just got it so good, huh? You guys got it all figured.
They're so quiet.
I had to figure out how to unmute myself. Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
So you're going to update your domain name in GoDaddy for every party that you do for yourself, right?
Correct. Yeah, I actually set a reminder on my phone every 10 days that I need to update my party. So it'll pop up and tell me in the morning it's time to update your party. And then I'll go in and I'll make sure I update my party and forward it.
Okay. I'm doing it right now, so. Now that I saw how you did it, so if I don't do it right now, I will forget, so.
Right.
Thank you.
And if you ever have questions, feel free to message me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
So one thing I've done too is when I have home parties, instead of having them have to go to a really long, like unique, you know, how long they are for the party websites, I'll put that home party underneath my domain name. And I find that that's easier too. And then they automatically have my domain name as well for when that home party ends.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. If you're not doing multiple parties, if you just have the
Right.
one. Now, talking about having too long, if you feel like you have too long of a name, as far as not your name, but for your parties, you know how you always have to copy that link, and the link always looks so big? I think that's kind of where you're going with it, Kara. There's another way to shorten that without forwarding. It's just because let's say you have multiple parties, you can't forward all those parties. So you can go to Bitly, which is BITLY. And if you just go to that website, it's real fast. It'll say paste your link here. You paste that link, and then you hit the button, and it shrinks it down. And it's like literally like it takes that huge thing, and I don't know, it just makes it like bit.ly and then a couple numbers, and you can post that, and it takes them to the same page as it would be if it was your long link.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't tried that before, but I think I will. I usually don't have multiple home parties going at once, so that's why I can usually use my domain. But
It's Bitly free.
Yes, Bitly is free.
Okay, I do have a question. So I have never set up it cut off. So I've never set up a GoDaddy account, and I was wondering if people went to my, uniqueproducts.com/MarissaCoyle1, would it redirect them to that? Or since I do the GoDaddy, like how does that work? Can I still use the unique products one or no?
You can use the unique products one, but it's, you'll just have to give that out to them instead. It's not going to go to your open party though, is the problem, because your open party has a separate link. So if they go out to uniqueproducts.com/your name, it's just taking them to your website. It's not going to actually order under that open party.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Sense?
Yeah, I was just worried because I have all my business cards with that, and I'm like, I don't want them to not be able to use this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They can still go to that website and it'll work.
Okay. All right. That was my main concern. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and they've since updated the website. Now, when you're ordering, if you don't go in under a party and you're just placing an order, now there's that little drop-down box, and you can click to add it to a party. We used to not have that at all. Like, that was not even an option. We had to use the domain for them to get even attached to a party. Now they do have that drop-down box option, Marissa. So if you run into that, you can always tell your customers, yeah, when you place your order, can you just make sure that you attach it to a party? And some people will just attach it to any party because it helps whoever. Or you could always, how Amanda changed her name to her name, you could always say, please place your orders here, so that one might be like, oh, well, okay, I'll put my order right there. You could do, get creative with it. So it really doesn't matter if you don't have the domain. The domain is just super helpful for branding yourself, for your website, and then making sure you always have them order from your party. So don't stress if they go to the other website, is kind of where I'm going with that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I looked the other night about getting a domain name. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks.
What other questions? What other questions about anything?
Hey, Michelle, can you cancel the spotlight video so I can see who's talking?
Oh, yeah. I did. I thought, all right, maybe I didn't. Cancel it.
Maybe
Okay.
I can. Okay.
Sorry, I guess I still had it on you.
No, you're fine. I was just trying to figure out who was talking when they were talking to me.
There you go. If you're on your computer, you can click at the top right and choose gallery view, and then you see every single person, which is what I do for recording.
Oh, I see.
Something I taught you. All right, questions about anything in general. What do you got? Go ahead, Jennifer.
Raise my hand like I'm in class. So, Michelle, you helped me a little bit, and Mary, she's in here somewhere. There she is. You both helped me respond to a lady about the mascara and it being too expensive for her to buy. And so I responded back with a little bit of an excerpt from what you said, Michelle, and what from Mary said. And then she responded back, well, she'll check back with me in a couple of weeks because she's got some sick kids. And I was going to Google something to respond to that, but I'm thinking, how are sick kids going to stop you from clicking love and hearts and flowers to post and just saying she's excited? So I don't know how to word something to her to say, you know what, double points this month. She doesn't know what that means, but I tried to explain why cash is the same thing as Haley used to work with me, and she knows we get what we call BDCs, which is kind of the same thing. It's free money. So that's how I try to explain it to her, is that they're just like BDCs, and you get free product with that money, and you don't have to do much but just kind of be somewhat active throughout the 10 days. How do you find a positive way of saying that so they just do it?
Yeah, and she might just be giving you like her last excuse too. Some people, you know, I've had, you know how many people ask me to do parties because I do this and I have to give excuses. So sometimes you just have to let some of them go. So she might be just giving you her last excuse, like, well, maybe later, my kids are sick. But, you know, still like say, okay, that's fine. But I just wanted you to know the month of May is the only time we have these double points, which means twice as much free makeup. And just leave it short and sweet. And if she still says, you know, get back with me in a couple of weeks, and then put her down to talk to her in a couple of weeks, because you'll still need parties in June, July.
Right.
Just stay in front of her.
Yes, stay in front of her. Exactly right.
Yes, ma'am.
If she didn't tell you no.
Right.
The
That's
other
true.
option could be too is like maybe the length of the party is scaring her. So maybe if you like did a shorter party, like offered up like I know some people do 3-day. I'm a little bit different. I do like a 1 hour thing, but you know, like maybe offer like a 5-day or a 3-day and see if that changes it.
Okay. Because I thought it needed to the party needs to stay open for the 10 days, but we could do what I've been trying to do is just like I'm doing a 30-minute live during the 10 days, so that way they can kind of have some questions and answers live with me, but then I keep it open for the whole 10 days.
You don't have to tell her it's open for 10 days. You can leave it open for 10 days and collect orders for her, but then be like, surprise, it was open 10 days and we got you $300 in sales. And she thought it was only open an hour. And then she's going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Okay.
And then if she wants, let's say she has rewards and it's like day 5 and she's like, okay, I want to use my rewards. You can go in under your office and go to your parties. And then on the right-hand side of your party, you can click close this party. And then they'll have their rewards in 3 hours.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You can close them early. You just can't extend them. The maximum length is 10 days, but you can close them early.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And honestly, I find more and more people like don't want to do the 10 days just because like the online parties have become so popular now that there's too many going on, too much going on, and that they aren't interested. They want a shorter version, you know, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Always change it up. Try something different. If that doesn't work, do something different, you know?
Absolutely. I'm going to try a group the next time too, instead of event, because not a lot of interaction. I guess something that I saw somewhere said the reason why groups are more effective is because they all see the posts, where in an event they don't technically see all the posts that are done throughout the day.
It's hard to tell. They're both a little different, and Facebook changes them both all the time.
Right.
So that's why when a group's not working, then try an event. That means Facebook must be working with events at that time. It really is. It's hard to tell. So just play around with it. You know, do 1 month, do all events, another month, all groups, and see what works better for you. I've done them both ways, and I found groups work best for me. So just kind of.
Michelle's way? I know Michelle invites people. Hold on, sorry, I'm sitting outside. There's like a spider web. Have you tried it where like you give people, you give them all the same link, or you give them a link to a party, and Michelle can explain it. She's the one that does it, but invites them to her VIP page and does the party in her VIP group, right? That's how you.
I've done that. I do that sometimes. So I change it up all the time again. So I'll do, like, if I haven't done a party in my VIP group for a while, I'll do it in my VIP group. So I will give whoever wants to be the hostess. So when I did the online makeup classes, all these girls who signed up to enroll in my class were the hostess. So I gave them each my link to my group, my Facebook group link, the URL at the top of the box when I'm in my group. And I also gave them a message and put it all together. And I just said, hey, send this to your friends to get, and so that way you're not just adding your friends to the group. They're choosing to come to the group, okay? So it was, and I gave them what to write. Like I wrote a little tiny paragraph and just said, you know, hey, I forget even what it said, but mine was my makeup class. Hey, my friend Michelle is doing these online makeup classes. They're a lot of fun. She does some crazy stuff and does some giveaways. You might want to check it out. And then the link. So then they click the link to the group instead of them adding a bunch of people who don't want to be in the group. You can do that for parties. I'm also doing it now for my fundraiser. I'm going to do a fundraiser in my VIP group. I know we talked a little bit about that last week. So I'm going to give that same kind of a little paragraph, but it's going to talk about the fundraiser to the girl who I'm doing the fundraiser for. So she can send that to all her friends, and then they can choose to join my group rather than her add all her friends to the group.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like that's important as well, because as the party I'm running right now, she just went through and started adding a bunch of people. Like I think she just went down her friends list and added every female in there. And then she got depressed when she started seeing all these people leaving the group. And I told her, that's why I asked you to message people or put on your Facebook, I'm having a party, this and that, because I was added to 4 or 5 parties just yesterday. And I woke up this morning and that was all that was in my newsfeed. That's all I was seeing was these group posts. So I left them. And I feel like it's important that we ask their permission to add them to the group before you're just adding, because they're going to leave or they're going to get annoyed.
100% agree. And you know, we all did it in the beginning. I know when I started my first party, I added everybody to what we do, you know, and so we learn. And I can tell you right now, when I get added to parties all the time. So, you know, to groups, any kind of group. If someone messages me ahead of time and says, hey, I'm doing this, blah, 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 you know, whatever it is, I'm going to add you to this group. I just wanted you to know what it was. I'm 10 times less likely to leave that group because she sent me a message. Okay, I'll check it out. If they just throw me in there, I'm going to sneak out of there before anybody even knows I'm there. I'm going to hit that leave group button before you even saw me. So, because I get added to a ton of stuff, and a lot of people do. So that is something to think about. Just that little personal touch of a message. And that's why you coach your hostesses. You need to let your hostesses know, like coach them a day or two before the party starts. Start messaging your friends. Let them know we're going to be doing this online party, and you're going to teach them some tricks and tips and show them all kinds of products, but they're going to be added to a group. So that way it's not like, surprise, what the heck is this, when you throw them in an empty group or a group with you in one picture. You know, you kind of get them prepared for what is to come with this.
Yeah, I think the best analogy that I've used that's helped the most is I always relate it to like if you were just going to have a regular party at your house for whatever reason, like 1, you're not going to invite 400 people to your house. 2, you know, you're going to personally invite everybody to your house. You're going to welcome them when they come in, that kind of stuff. And I think that makes sense to people then when you kind of relate it to that. And then they're more likely to do it.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good way to word it.
And I think LuLaRoe, not saying anything against it because I like the leggings, but I think they burnt a lot of us out when they came up with all the pop-up groups instead of doing events. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I guess I was getting added to like 25 a day by different girls that wanted to earn free leggings. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And that is also why when I do a giveaway in my group, if it's about adding friends, it says, make sure to get their permission before adding them. I don't want just random people that are going to be mad and they're going to leave.
And I did that this last time. Remember you saying that before, and so I did please make sure you're adding your friend, or make sure you're asking before adding. And I had one girl add like 60-some people, and I had 2 of the girls message me. I know 2 is not a lot out of 60, but they messaged me, and they're like, we didn't want to be in this group, I guess they weren't very Facebook friend. I mean, they just didn't know how to get out of it. And I said, I'm really sorry, you were added. And anyways, I told them I was sorry for it, but.
Yeah, and that's all right. It happens all the time. So I've had that.
Sure, those other 58 girls are probably like, oh, I didn't want to be in here.
Maybe they did, though. Maybe they did. Leave them there. Just leave them there. If they want to leave, they'll leave. That's the other thing. Some presenters will say they will just add everybody, and it works for them. So again, what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. So you can do whatever you want to do and then see how it works. It's not going to, the world's not going to fall apart if you screw something up. Nobody's going to die. It's just a Facebook game. Play it, see what works for you.
Well, I had the total opposite. I had a hostess who I told her to invite, and absolutely nobody entered this party. It was the greatest silent party ever.
So she invited everybody, but nobody came.
Yep.
I have definitely had that before. And you know what? Again, mine's a little bit different because I do 1 hour parties. I still post. I still act like it's a party, and maybe I'll do a little bit less interactive posting, but I still throw it out there because I use events, and I know unless you click no to an event, you're still going to see the stuff pop up. At least that's how, in general, it is.
Yeah, I did the same.
Post.
I still posted, and it was weird because afterwards I started getting friend requests from these people, and I'm like, who are you?
Yep. And that's why it's worth it. Just because they're silent doesn't mean that they're not interested. They just might be just silently watching. They're like lurking at first to see what's going on.
Interesting.
I'm a lurker in parties. Because I don't want them, because this is what the thing is. If you add me to a party, not unique, but anything, I probably ain't going to say anything. I'm just going to watch, because if I start asking questions, they're going to expect me to buy something. That's what we all think. And I don't know if I want to buy anything yet. And I never know what I want to buy until the last day, because I'm procrastinating as long as I possibly can, because I want something, but I don't know if I want to spend my money on it, and you have to see things multiple times. So again, people are watching, and sometimes they wait till the last darn day, because that's just the way we are.
And that's why I think sometimes the shorter parties work too, because if you're only doing like 2 days, they've got to decide in 2 days instead of 10 days and maybe forgetting.
Well, and my issue with that is if I'm in a party and I feel like I want to order something, I'm one of those people that I need to order it right away, because if I sit there and contemplate it for the 10-day party, I'm probably not going to order because I'm going to talk myself out of it.
And then there's that. Yep.
So I've been trying to focus more on doing shorter parties, and I think I'm getting more attention from people by advertising shorter parties. And I think a lot of it comes back from parties are going crazy right now between different groups. Like, I deleted myself from, I think, probably 10 LuLaRoe groups this morning, because I have one person I know. And it's funny because, Michelle, I think you were in a lot of the same groups I'm in, so you can tell it's just people like adding. And actually, I was added to a Mary Kay party the other day. So it's just funny that people don't pay attention who they're adding, as obviously I'm a unique presenter, so I'm probably not going to purchase something from Mary Kay. They're just adding just to add.
Yeah.
And so I think too, like, one of the things that is like, if you don't want it done to you, don't have your hostesses do it, and don't do it yourself.
Agreed.
Kara, what do you do for your sorry.
Go ahead.
What do you do for your 2-day party? You post, or your 2-hour party? Do you post for 2 hours? Because you said you make posts, just not interaction. But do you go live?
So I will do interactive posts, but if I know like that nobody has selected going, I just do less of those, because I don't want to just have interactive posts go blank. So what I do is I open the party. So for example, next Monday I have one. So